Hi, my name is Chelsey Powell. I am a 6th grade student at Boyd County Middle School, and for this year's 4-H project, I would like to teach you how to smoke a rack of ribs. The reason I chose smoking is because barbecuing and smoking meats is a family tradition. My dad is the proud owner of the Pig's Blanket, and he even has a few barbecue products. My mom and my dad are competition barbecue cooks, and I have even smoked in a kid's queue myself. Now we're going to go get some supplies, so let's go. I'm at IGA in Catlettsburg, and we are about to go pick out the perfect truck of ribs, so let's get started. Some of Dad's barbecue friends from Historic Barbecue have been raving me about how good these Smithfield spare ribs are, so we're going to give them a shot. Alright, now that we've bought the ribs, let me tell you about the cooker. It's a Shirley Fabrication reverse flow stick burner. Alright, come on, let me show you how it works. We've got the firebox. We have some lump charcoal in here to get the wood started burning, and we threw some wood in there. And then once we get the cooker up to temperature, the smoke will flow through the smoker, underneath the baffle plates, up, over, and out the stacks. Now, you don't really need something like this to cook a rack of ribs. All you need is a charcoal grill. You put your charcoal on one side and your meat on the other, and you'll have just as good a product. Alright, now that that's over, let's start prepping the ribs. Alright, before we start prepping those ribs, here's a list of things you're going to need for this cook. You'll need some paper towels, some apple juice, some rub, tiger sauce, a fork, gloves, squeeze butter, dark brown sugar, some local honey, and some Kentucky Proud barbecue sauce, and some aluminum foil. I know that sounds like a lot, but I've watched enough barbecue pitmasters to know the godfather of barbecue, Mr. Johnny Trigg, uses most all of these things. My dad threw in a couple of his own, but that's okay. So let me get this all cleaned off, and we're going to start prepping those ribs. We're back. Okay, these are the beautiful Smithfield ribs we bought earlier. What we did is we trimmed them up and we cut them down the bone line. Let me kind of just set these over here. You can cook both sides, but we're just focusing on the St. Louis cut style rack of ribs. And what you want to do first is you will pull the membrane off. You'll need a fork and a paper towel to get it started. And why you want to pull the membrane off is so you can get as much flavor to the meat as possible. So that way the meat has a good flavor. Get this side here. Well, I'm gonna grab another paper towel here and finish these things up real quick. I think that's good. I think we got it all. Alright, so what you want to do, let me pull these gloves off, is put a light coat of rub on it on the membrane side, which here's my dad's 2 rubs, the only rubs that are allowed in the house. Just kidding. But they are really good. So I'm going to take the Be Sweet and put a very light coat of it on. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. Very light coat of the Be Sweet. And that's good. And now we're going to take the red rub and we're going to put a heavier coat of it on. Alright, and then Let me just pat them down here. Pat it down. Alright, now let me finish this other rack of ribs and I'll meet you at the smoker. Okay, we're back out of the smoker. And we got the cooker at the temperature we wanted, about 250. And so we let the ribs set for about 30 minutes. And if you look at them real close, they kind of look wet. It's like the ribs are sweating. So now it's time to get those ribs in. Alright, take this off. Pull this glove off real quick. Push it back in there. And close the doors up. And let it cook. Alright, the hard part's done. The ribs are on. Now the only thing we have to do is to keep our fire going and keep our temperature up around 250. So I'm going to throw a log on and I'll see you guys back in around 2 hours. Alright, it's been around an hour and a half and our temperature stayed right around 250. And we were coming to take a little peek at the ribs. And while we're in here, we're going to spritz them with apple juice. And the reason we do that is so it gives it another layer of flavor. And when you got your apple juice, make sure you label it apple juice, or else you'd spray weed killer on your ribs or something. And that's just a layer of flavor you don't want. So let's do this. Alright. Good. Set this right there. Close this up. Alright, well, I'll see you back in an hour and a half and throwing a log on. We're back. Now it's time to check on the ribs. Color's right where we want them. No. Whoa. Okay, so it's time to wrap them now, so let's see. You'll need brown sugar, a little bit of brown sugar on here. Okay, the brown sugar, and dust my hand off real quick. Well, let's see. Spread it out some. Alright, now you'll need to spray your brown sugar with apple juice. Okay. Then I'm going to put a little butter on it. Now, some honey. Alright, and then some tiger sauce. Alright, now I'm going to flip them over. Then, gonna butter. And a little bit more honey. Alright, now I'm going to wrap them up. Move that. Fold the ends up. Wrap them again. And fold the ends up. And I'm going to go ahead and do this other one, and we'll be back in about 45 minutes. Alright, the ribs are done. We pulled them off. We're going to sauce them while they're cooling. But while we're talking about sauces, here are a few of my favorites. Raw Grazy Barbecue, the next big thing, is really good. All of his products are great. And A Fine Swine is also made by another competition team. It's our favorite mixing sauce. Lim's Meat Varnish, a proud sponsor of the Pig's Blanket. He is a West Virginia grown barbecue sauce. Homegrown barbecue sauce is a Kentucky Proud, also our favorites. So I'm going to sauce these, wrap them back up, and put them in the smoker, and then we'll be right back. Alright, we pulled these ribs off the smoker. My dad sliced them up for us. Go ahead and take a look. We've been working on these ribs since early this morning for 5 hours, and I am starving. Oh, sorry about that. I just had to wipe the barbecue sauce off my face. Man, those were worth the wait. Well, I'm going to go finish the rest of these ribs, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it. If you have any questions, I'd do my best to answer them. Smoke on.